Once again, I was doom scrolling on Steam, hunting for a game that would give me hundreds of fun hours. I value Steam reviews as much as the oxygen getting into my lungs. So it shocked me when I saw a negative review with 1800 hours next to it. Like, bro, do you hate this game or love it? 1800 hours is roughly 12 months of work, but ain't nobody paying you to play it. So I started thinking, what is it that we tend to keep playing a game that gets boring, annoying or even frustrating to the point it overshadows the fun? We'll explore why that happens. Spicy gaming diet. Awesome, new dish. I've never had it. Bibimbap, such a great taste. I would order it then again and again. 6 times in a month. Then it lost the spice. It was so good. Felt as if I would discovered an entire continent, not just a dish. And then what? It's gone. Same thing with games. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out. I would play it through. Fighting for honor, glory, kingdom and to protect the loved ones. The main questline ended. What now? Even the side quests lost their spice now. And here we go again. Back to League. The baseline diet. Back to the baseline. What the base game is will likely be different for you, but its role, that stays the same regardless. It's the game in which you know everything there is to know. One which you've installed years ago. A safe space which easily makes you forget the daily struggles. There could be a meteor fallout outside, but the game would still bring a sense of calm. Just by starting it, you know exactly what awaits you, the progress you've achieved. Characters you got to know and care about, places that are no longer mere 3D locations. You no longer notice the place, you know it as if it was back of your hand. Just like ending the bibimbap craze and coming back to the daily sandwiches, to the baseline diet. If only it was so easy. Unpleasant taste of favorite dish. If only it could be so good every time, it would make it all 10 times easier. And then you wouldn't consider as much as changing the baseline game for a new one. The baseline game is a somewhat safe place, yeah, but at the same time it's often easy to call it the worst. Maybe it's an online game where you meet random players who aren't always as nice as you wish. Maybe you're fed up with plucking the same carrots for the 1000th time. Or maybe the developer, which you respected so much, ended up gutting the game, thus demolishing that comfortable safe space, as if they've deleted the safe zone. That's the reason for the 1800 hours negative review. Fight for continuity of the safe zone, same as coming to your favorite restaurant, ordering that fried chicken you knew and loved for 12 years now, only to realize that they decided to entirely change up the spices mix. Feels like getting betrayed at this point. And it's not like you want to leave immediately. I don't want a replacement. I want the good old. I don't want to feel unpleasant taste eating my favorite dish. Though one game can become a new home, a virtual safe space. And some others are mere vacations. What makes a game feel like home? Why this one and not the other? What is locking me in there? The experience stack. It's all at once. Game that feels like home must have the ability to suck you in so much that you forget the outside world exists. It must also be able to do so for hundreds of hours. Personally, I like a challenge. I like a game where I must get somewhat sweaty in order to win. Competitive. Games not updated often get stale for me quickly, so regular changes are needed also. That's how I'm deep in the League rabbit hole. For you, it can be the ability to create, to truly express your creative soul. Maybe it's the calmness the game brings, the stories you fell in love with, or maybe you like a game where you can freely spend time with online friends. The reasons are not singled out. There are multiple reasons building on each other. Social, competitive, creative, growth. The experiences the game can bring you, they stack on each other, building that feeling of virtual home we desire. Privilege it earned over time. The one key game. After spending so much time in it, after so much commitment, getting sunk cost fallacy sometimes even. It can be imperfect. You know the bad sides of that game. I know that I'm likely to meet players who do not have such desire to win as much as I do. You know its flaws, the stories you don't enjoy, but you accept it. It's the baseline after all. Norm, home, the basic dish. This privilege. Other games don't get it. Checking for a new game, it can't be mediocre. You don't accept flaws as much. There is not so much space for failed mechanics, boring stories or ugly places. The new game must be mind-blowing, world-changing, positively shocking, and who knows what else. Or it gets refunded, if it was even bought in the first place. While the baseline game can feel like 6 out of 10, the new one can't simply be 7 out of 10. It must be at least 10 out of 10. You don't move places, just because they are a bit better. Baseline is like a magnet. Baseline doesn't ask when you're coming back. It knows you will come back to it. Playing KCD2 for me was like a vacation from League. A trip to save some plebeians, defend a few castles, forge a few swords, and win some duels. Just to come back later to the Rift. Again. Can't be on vacations forever, right? You know the saying, there is no place like home. But who would have thought? It works for games as well, like a magnet that pulls you into the baseline game. 1800 hours negative now makes sense. It's not players complaining, hating on the game and the dev cause the game is garbage. That's not it. It's a fight for the homeland. Fight for freedom, for continuity of what has been. To not lose the sacred space where one can forget the daily struggles. The bitter truth. A love-hate relationship with a game. A game we can be totally honest with. We know what we like there and what we don't. The countless hours poured there allows us to see both sides of the coin. And there are things we love in them. It's only right that the other side of the coin is there to balance things out. The bad moments, the struggles along the way, they all add to it, while being not the pleasant emotions we crave. They are the ones that make it real, not a dream. Many games are just series of wins, but reality is different. And so are the games that suck us in for ages. It's trading the struggles of daily life for struggles on screen, even if it makes you feel like pulling hair out of your head.